You know when you're watching your dog and they do something just completely bizarre, like spinning in circles before they go to the bathroom or stealing your seat the second you get up, and you just think, well, that's weird.
But what if I told you those aren't just random quirks? What if they're actually messages? Your dog is constantly talking to you, using this silent, ancient language that most of us just, well, completely miss.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to dive right in and decode those secret signals. By the end of this, you're going to have a much better idea of what your best friend has been trying to tell you all this time. All right, first up, we've got to understand that your fluffy little friend is basically running on some really old software. A lot of their strangest habits are actually hardwired survival skills that they got directly from their wolf ancestors. So let's start with a classic. That little spin they do before going potty. It looks kind of silly, right? But it's actually an incredibly complex tactical move. They're not just finding a good spot, they're running a full-on survival check.
Believe it or not, in those few seconds it takes them to spin around, your dog is actually using 3 distinct survival strategies all at the same time.
Okay, so number one, they're doing a full 360-degree scan for predators, checking for threats while they're in a vulnerable spot. Two, they're using the scent glands in their paws to leave their own chemical message on the ground. And three, and this is the part that's going to blow your mind, they're actually lining themselves up with the Earth's magnetic field. Yeah, you heard me right. Scientists figured out that dogs can literally feel the Earth's magnetic pole. They have a built-in compass. How cool is that? It's like a secret superpower. And you know how they sometimes kick their back legs up after they're done? Well, they're not trying to be polite and cover it up. It's the exact opposite. They're using those same scent glands in their paws to kick their scent everywhere and tear up the ground as a giant visual sign that says, hey, I was here. So, okay, some behaviors are ancient instincts, but a lot of them are active, real-time communication. Let's get into the body language they use to talk to each other and to us. I'm sure you've seen this a million times. Front paws down, butt in the air. That's the play bow. It is the universal signal for let's play. It's like a social contract that says any chasing or wrestling that's about to happen is all just for fun. It's how they keep a friendly game from turning into a real fight. Now this one's a little tricky because the belly up position can mean two totally different things. If a dog's body is all loose and wiggly and relaxed when they're on their back, that's the ultimate sign of trust. They feel totally safe. But if their body is tense and frozen and their eyes look anxious, that's not trust. That's appeasement. They're basically saying, please don't hurt me, I'm not a threat. So for this one, context is everything. And what about that adorable head tilt? It's not just to look cute, even though it definitely works. They're actually adjusting their ears to better figure out where your voice is coming from. And they're also tilting to get a better view of your face past their own snout. It's a sign of serious concentration. They are really, really trying to understand you. A lot of these behaviors also tell us a ton about the special bond your dog has with you. They're constantly showing you what your relationship means to them. So, you think your dog's being a little rude when they steal your warm spot on the sofa? Well, think again. For them, your scent is the most comforting thing in the world. By taking your seat, they're basically wrapping themselves in a blanket of you. And they're kind of hoping you'll come back and sit super close. It's an invitation, not a power grab. And why do they follow you everywhere? I mean, everywhere, even into the bathroom. It's not just them being clingy. It's literally in their DNA. We spent centuries breeding dogs to be our companions. Plus, being near you means good things happen, like petting and treats. To them, you're their pack, their safety net. You're their whole world. You know that feeling when your dog leans all of their weight against you? That's a message with a few different meanings. Sometimes it's just a hug, a way of saying, I love you. But other times, it can be a request for a little security, if they're nervous, or just a simple nudge for some attention. All right, let's wrap up with some signals that are really important to pay attention to. Sometimes your dog's behavior is a direct message about their health and how they're feeling. Panting, for example. Not all panting is the same. When they're trying to cool down, their body is pretty relaxed. But stress panting looks different. It's often paired with a lot of yawning or lip licking. And then, of course, there's excitement panting, which usually comes with a wiggly body and happy eyes. It's a great example of one action having 3 very different meanings. And now, the famous butt scoot. Yeah, it can look a little funny, but it's almost always a clear sign that something is bothering them. It could mean their anal glands need to be checked, or maybe they have allergies or parasites. If you see this happen a lot, it's definitely time to call the vet. Here's one more that worries a lot of dog owners. You see your dog eating grass and you immediately think, oh no, they're sick and they're trying to make themselves throw up. But is that really what's going on? Well, most of the time, the answer is no. It's usually perfectly normal. Some dogs just seem to like the taste. Others might be looking for a bit more fiber. And yeah, sometimes it can help soothe an upset tummy. But most dogs who eat grass don't actually get sick from it. So a little lawn munching now and then is usually okay. So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Your dog isn't just being weird. They are always communicating with you. Every single stare, every lean, every spin, it's all a word or a sentence in a much bigger conversation. And the really cool part is, now you know the language. You're ready to understand them on a whole new level. So I'll leave you with this one question. Go look at your dog, wherever they are right now. After everything we just talked about, what do you think they're trying to tell you?